Good afternoon. My name is Tara Key, and I'll be discussing our topic of cultural competency. So cultural competence to me means understanding your own culture, other cultures, and the role of culture in education. Cultural competence goes beyond just having occasional cultural fairs and holidays dedicating to celebrating one's ethnicity, but rather integrating cultures into the curriculum and teaching young students how to confront racism. Being a culturally competent educator requires first and foremost that you get to know your students, investing time and energy into who they are as a person, where they've come from, and their family status. While being at a secondary level is hard because you see 100+ students in a day, there's still a genuineness they will pick up on if you truly care. The diversity in the classroom may not always be obvious, but there cannot be assumptions. If you know that ethnicity is Japanese, there can still be a major difference in first through fourth generation immigrant Japanese. In regards to the cultural competency continuum, I would say that I'm ranging between a 3 and a 4. Now, before you jump to conclusions, let me explain. I am learning and getting better through more education and experience. I have predominantly grown up in small towns with not a lot of racial diversity. I've had some very negative experience with those who are racially different, and I've learned that I cannot apply those stereotypes to all within that microcultural group. Now, in regards to culturally based issues that affect K through 12, I feel I'm a little more on the competent side. I understand that kids are a lot less judgmental and willing to listen to somebody they trust. I'll work to be as inclusive as possible, and I understand that multicultural education is important for all students. I think in order to deepen our cultural competency, it will take both education and training in the forms of classes like this, but also experience in the field. I also think volunteering with numerous organizations that work with diverse communities can open your eyes to the injustices all around us. Our biases are only based on our own life experiences, so broadening that perspective and getting to know others through loving acts can make all the difference. I think in order for educators to become more culturally competent, a change needs to happen at a district level to recognize that everyone needs to be on the same page, to bring resources and training to all schools and educators alike. Additionally, curriculum needs to incorporate people of all different cultures and recognize them as equals. Our district, for example, has begun partnering with the local tribal community to educate our staff on how to bring that multicultural, diverse education into the classroom. To have a cultural, inclusive classroom, first and foremost, I feel like it would be my job as an educator to get to know my students and their families to the best of my ability. Understanding their culture and lifestyle will help me to be a better teacher and friend while allowing students to feel safe. I will learn from students and allow them to share their differences and cultures with me and the class to broaden the knowledge of everyone and learn to love and appreciate those differences. I think biases come from not knowing and a fear of not understanding. Lastly, I would incorporate those cultures into my curriculum by challenging students to learn in different ways. For example, using real-life scenarios and essay writing and word problems and bringing those differences to life and making them applicable. In order to respect students with differing beliefs and values, I will first listen and be positive and understanding. I will not condemn or pass judgment, but be patient. Most of the time, students just want to be heard and listened to. And if you recognize that, giving them some individual attention can really show more about your beliefs than one can realize. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.